Hello my scrappy friends and welcome back to my channel for another share. This is another share for Anna's Craft Cupboard using the beautiful Heidi Swap Color Fresh collection. And here is my layout. I love how this turned out. I love this pattern paper. It is so fun. I love the bold black and white stripe with that colourful chevron. So you can see I've got this photo of my oldest. This was taken like 5 years ago. But the look on his face is just priceless. It's not the best photo in the world. Hubby took it on his phone in the dark. They were at the speedway or something. So yeah, it's not the best photo in the world. So you can see what I've done here is I'm lining that chevron point up with my son's eyes, and I'm going to trace around the photo with my pencil. Firstly, I marked it, but it turns out it's in the wrong spot. And then I'm just going to trace around it so that I know where to put my mixed media. I'm using my T-square ruler just to make sure it is straight. You can see I've marked that line in. Pulled in my mixed media mat, and I'm going to grab my craft knife. And you can't see it particularly well on the video, but where the lead pencil line crosses over that chevron, I'm cutting so that I can pop, there you go, so that I can pop that chevron out and put it over the top of the photo once I put all my layers together. Knew I was going to add mixed media, so I figured I do have 2 of this piece of paper, so if this didn't work, it was all good. So I grabbed some washi tape, just the first one from my stash, and it was exactly the right width, and I'm putting that over that rainbow stripe. I didn't want to cover any of that up, making sure it is stuck down properly, and I'm going to get my mixed media on. With that bold black and white stripe, I knew I needed to fade it out into the background, so I'm just using some white gesso and randomly brushing that on, using that outline of my photo as a guide. I'm using a dry paintbrush here, and you can see I'm just flicking my paintbrush, and as I get to the ends, I'm kind of just lifting that end of the paintbrush up so that I don't get any harsh edges. And you can see there that is all of my gesso done. It's dry because it was such a thin coat. It didn't take very long to dry, and I'm coming in with some mixed media. I decided to go with some lime green. This is Heidi Swap Color Shine in Citron. You can see I started by squirting that onto my packaging and adding some water and smooshing that down. And now I'm just spraying the colour right onto the page and using my packaging to smush it down. I just wanted that really vibrant, bright green colour. I dried that off with my heat tool, and then I went in with my paper towel, and then I was like, oh, I don't have enough here, I'm just going to add some more. So you can see I've just sprayed that straight onto the page, and the reason that it is still moving around is because of the gesso. I'm going to come in with a water brush in just a second and move that colour around. And then I'm just kind of going to, I think I smush it a bit, and then I just leave it to dry. I'm going to clean that off, and then I'm going to come back in with the Citron in the bottom left corner and do exactly the same thing. These paints are obviously thicker when you don't add water, so you get more of a vibrant colour. You can see the way the colour's kind of pooling, that's because of the gesso. Just going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come in with my teal-ish colour, which is Jenny Bee Blue by Shimmers. And again, I've sprayed that straight onto my page and come in with the packaging. I did make sure I picked 2 colours that I knew that I could overlap without them turning to mud. But whenever I get that green on my packaging, I do wipe it off, just so that it doesn't all go a limeish teal colour. Just cleaning off my packaging, and I'm just going to keep adding colour until I'm happy with it. I dab some up, I add some more, I move my page around, add a bit of water, smush it down with my packaging, and you can see I'm going straight over that washi tape. When I flipped this over, I kind of went, oh my goodness, that's gone straight through. But you'll see the result in a second. So I'm just adding the last of that colour. I think you're going to watch me put my splatters on with the Citron and the Jenny Bee Blue. think that's what it's called. Yeah, so I'm just going to use the nozzles to add lots of splatters. I'm putting the teal colour over the teal colour and the green over the green. These colours are more vibrant in real life than they look on this video, but I think that the lighting seems a bit better with my medium out under there. Let me know what you think. I'm just adding my splatters in. And I add lots and lots of the green. This bottle is almost empty though. Then I'm going to, I think I let that air dry and work on my layers. I can't remember. I only did this 2 days ago. So I have let that air dry, and then I've gone back in with my gold and splattered that around because I'm using the gold thickers. And you can see I've peeled off the top roll of the washi, and I'm just doing that second bit, and it hasn't gone through. There's a tiny bit of the paper that tore, but not enough that it even matters. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. Just making sure that this is going to work how I want it to. I'm just rubbing out my pencil mark because that's going to sit on top. It doesn't have anything over the top of it. Add some tissue paper behind my photo. And I'm just going to do what I always do and layer it up at the back. I like all the different layers you get here. This video turned out not to be particularly long, so this one is only sped up 2 times for most of it, I think. And then I'm just going to trim off the excess. Smush up this side a bit. Trim off the top. I had to ask my husband what Jacob was so excited about, and he said that every time the loudest cars came past, he got this look on his face, and he wasn't this excited for the not so loud ones, which I thought was hilarious because he's wearing earmuffs. And yeah, I cut it's roughly 4x6 piece of that yellow paper from the Note It pattern paper. And I ended up cutting an L shape and then using the 2 pieces on 2 separate corners behind my photo. Because I've got the layers behind my photo, I've had to cut a bit more of that chevron, which I'm totally fine with, easy as, and that fits in beautifully there. So once I got all that in place, I stuck down my title, so my title is completely stuck down and my photo is stuck down, and then I mucked around with embellishments. And it took me ages, and everything I did I didn't like, and then I settled on this one. So what I've done is I've got the 6x12 sticker sheet, and I've got 5 of the circles from that. I thought that was a nice contrast to the bold stripes, and I've stuck 3 down using foam adhesive and then 2 flat to the page. This bottom one says L, and it's so the top pink part says L and then the bottom orange part says love, but I've tucked the L so it fits in that corner. I've also added 2 of the pink photo corners to my photo, and up the top on that cluster I'm working on, I've cut a tag in half. I need to add some string to that. And I've got a little tab here as well from the ephemera pack. I'm just going to stick that in there. I'm going to stamp a date on that. And then this piece, I can't remember what it says, maybe noted. And I've stuck that up on some foam, but it covers up the bit that tore when I pulled the washi tape off. I used the 3 from the 6x12 sticker sheet, and he was 3 years old at the time. This was just before his 4th birthday. And I'm sticking, so I've got some, for my title I've used some Annabelle acrylic words, so the U and the this. You can't see it particularly well in the video, but you can see it in the photos. in between the U and the this is one of the gold puffy stickers that says loved, and then right down the bottom in the thickers, the lots of colour thickers, it says adventure. So you loved this adventure. And my journaling just says that he really enjoyed this, and the louder the cars, the more he enjoyed it. And I think that that's it. No, I add black splatters. So I do my good old trick of using the watered down gesso and my Fam paintbrush, and I just add that. I just felt like that the background with the bold stripes and the bright colours on top felt a bit separated, and by adding the black, so I've got the black writing, I've got the black stamping, and now I've got the black splatters, I feel like it makes it a little bit more cohesive again, so I'm pretty happy with how that looks. I kept this in just to show you that while it was still wet, I was able to use a wet baby wipe and clean off the black gesso from the acrylics and stuff. So close-ups here on the video and into the stills. I hope that you've enjoyed my week of shares with this beautiful collection. I do have one more page that is currently on my desk I need to finish up, but this collection has been super fun to work with. I love the bold prints. I love the bright colours. I can't resist a rainbow. I think you all know that by now. If you have any questions, please make sure you leave them below. I really love having you guys here. I love having conversations with you. So yeah, feel free to drop me a line and even just say hi, or tell me which is the favourite of these layouts that I have created that is your favourite. That made no sense. Tell me which of the Colourfresh layouts I've made is your favourite. That's what I'm trying to say. Again, thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And I will be back again soon with another share. Take care.